And we're underway in the 2,000 metres steeplechase final, and our competitors from Queensland wearing hip number 1, Evie, Wright, hip number 2, Traecey, New South Wales, hip 3, Bethany, Moore-Kirkland, Queensland, hip number 4, Molly, Bremner, Victoria, 5, Zoe, St John, Queensland, hip number 6, Ava, Marschke, Queensland, wearing hip number 7, Laura Bray from Queensland. Then it's the first of the Victorians, Maya Pendrigh, also from Victoria, hip number 9, Elizabeth Craig. Wearing hip number 10 from New South Wales, Evie, Binney. Wearing hip number 11, Sasha, Josipovic from Queensland. Wearing hip 12 from New South Wales, Ania. Wearing hip number 13, representing New South Wales, Annabelle, Vella. As we pick up the commentary from our team here in the West, and let's keep the enthusiasm going for our competitors in the steeplechase final.
John doing a good job to set this tempo, and the rest just striding out nicely here to try and find a spot.
Hey John, make your way through opening stage of the race. She is the silver medalist from last year's Nationals, and look at the gap that is between her and then second spot, who is held by Traecey. 20 metres or so to St John. She knows how to get onto the podium. And then it is Traecey, but just coming through with a great burst of speed is Vella. She's just gone up onto the shoulder of Traecey and just moved past her. As we're still in the inaugural stage of this race, the clock hasn't even hit 2 minutes yet, but St John is going to be very hard to beat if she continues on this great fashion of speed.
Yeah, and the interesting thing to watch this steeplechase is this water jump. You look at the technique, the 1 foot land is obviously ideal. You see a lot here doing 2 feet. Now obviously the steeplechase will be relatively fresh for these women. You'd imagine that they'll race across a few different events as well, whether that be the 3K, the 1500, some of them even stepped in into the 800 metres. So technique can be crucial in terms of, one, preserving energy and also being able to get away from the rest of the sport. This is interesting from St John. She's really lived out on that outside of lane number 1 now, which is obviously not adding all that much meterage to her event, but at the same time, Huck Rail is certainly where a lot of these juniors get taught, but just very technically sound. Over the top of their steeplechases early is the Queenslander, and at this stage it's going to take a pretty mighty effort to try and get up on her shoulder. This 1, 2, 3 gold, silver and bronze at the moment is in a very, very comfortable position, and even if you look at the, I suppose, overall speed of the race, these 3 out in front are doing a great job, but it's a demolition at the moment from St John, and she'll be very proud of the way that she's begun this 2000 metres season.
National silver medalist is ahead of the national all-schools champion in Traecey, and we can't forget about Vella. Vella she might have even just reeled in St John ever so slightly as they make their way 200 to go just over in this lap. There's St John, so she has got a seed time down of about 7:13:31, so that's time to look out for her. Vella doing really strongly just behind her, and then just making her way over the second has gone is Cole. So Cole found herself into a great spot, and look out for Traecey. She picked up a gold medal at the All Schools Championships back in Brisbane, but at the moment it's hard not to look at St John, who just over 800 metres to go, and the clock at 3:50. She's got a gap of 20 metres, and it will be very hard to close, but Vella is doing everything she possibly can to close it.
Well, this is a big watch for me, I think, between first and second, because you made a really good point there. Vella actually looks quite strong between the steeples, so St John's obviously got out there and set the tempo. It's impressive, but now the New South Wales women are doing a really good job. Traecey as well in that 3rd position. I would hardly say these medals have been decided with under 800 metres to go. Obviously, it'll take a little bit to find that extra pep and get your way up the track, but as it stands at the moment, I wouldn't say any are quite solidified. So St John still leads out there, doing a really good job. Vella in 2nd, and as we said, Traecey will have some company from the young Victorian. I think that's Bremner, who sits in 4th. Might even just get up on that outside shoulder maybe of our New South Wales women, but that gap out in front is closing, and it really comes down to that speed between the steeples, and this water barrier is always so crucial.
We spoke about St John's leadership and demolition, but with only about a bit under 600 metres to go, that gap has quickly narrowed. It is Vella who has been pursuing her. You mentioned Bremner before, which is the national champion. She'll be hunting to get a medal. And just over the steeple, which was closest to the far end, that was Traecey, the national all-schools champion, that was just able to go over it. But we haven't got a lot of racing left. We've only got a bit over a lap. It is St John that is going to be hunted down by Vella. You think Vella is still fighting on St John. She looks pretty comfortable, she looks pretty cruisy, maybe tiring a bit at the bell. St John leads from Vella.
So St John's done a really good job to lead this race out in its entirety. She's going to feel the challenge for the first time in this 2,000 metre steeplechase, making some good room here is Traecey of New South Wales. Bremner in 4. We'll have to find a little bit of something. So St John moves a little wide here. So now we see our New South Wales will get out there for the first time in front. It's Annabelle, Vella. So Vella over the steeples. I don't think it's quite done with yet. These two have been working off one another for a long time now. 250 metres remains here in this women's under 16 2,000 metre steeplechase. The New South Wales woman in Vella has been so strong between the steeples. It could be a game of technique now. Both over. Going to get to this water jump. The third place looks all but sewn up there for Traecey from New South Wales. She's managed to get away from Molly Bremner. But 150 metres to go here in the under 16 event. And it's very important here in this water jump. Both hitting the fatigue. Vella over now. So too St John. So only one barrier separates the pair from this finish line. New South Wales Vella has bided her time to perfection. She was in second place here a lap ago. She made the move with about 300 metres to go. Just needs to get over one more and is. So over the last barrier now. Here comes St John in second. But New South Wales is going to take it. Annabelle Vella will be the national champion and she'll do it under 7 minutes. 6:56.56. Deserved gold medal. St John was so strong through all stages of this 2,000 metre steeplechase. Comes through for second, and Traecey will come home with the bronze medal. Another who was so admirable in the early stages of this 2,000 metre steeplechase. And the lactic out of this event is unlike many others. 2,000 metres plus a steeple. It's very difficult. Evie right now comes through as well from Queensland.
Vella, she did not leave anything on the track. She was able to cross the finish line, just fell to the ground. She would have been just so happy and relieved the race was over. She can proudly go back to her coach, the family New South Wales, and say that there was absolutely nothing that was left on the track. Well done to St John. St John set the race up really well to start off. She walks away with the silver medal, and then it was just a fantastic race. Just what Vella was able to do, just to hunt her down, was remarkable. And what a quick time, under 7 minutes. That's really moving for a steeplechase event.
There's a lot to be proud of there, and obviously the junior coaches will get a lot out of the tenacity towards the back end of these events. Not being able to drop your head, obviously it can be a little bit even flow when it gets to this age group, you know. Somebody that might start so far out in front then has to hold on with it. So Vella to be able to come over the top there by that time, really, as I said,